make you a promise. You're gonna leave the next 90 minutes a little bit different than you walked in. How about that? Something's gonna happen. You're gonna hear something today for the first time. You're gonna say, oh my gosh, that explains why my sister-in-law and I don't get along. You'll hear that. When I think about affinity bias, this is that, you can't really explain it. This is somebody that says, I just have a really good gut feeling about people. Who are my extroverts in the room? Just by show of hands, fantastic. Who are my introverts? Just raise your eyebrow. I got you. Yeah. Before you give an opinion, ask a question. I will offer that to you. Because most people just want to give their opinion pretty quickly. If you can be the person that's like, I know how this ends, I have the answer. My mother called me one day and they were going to go on a cruise. And on this cruise, they asked me to go. I said, of course, no. And because they asked me 14 months before the cruise was going to be. And I said, yeah, well, a lot can happen in 14 months. She's like, well, you need to decide by, next month because we're going to start having our meetings for the cruise. I get this phone call. Tracy, you've got to come over here right now. Click. And I was like, what's going on? And in the middle of the bed is a suitcase. And the rest of the room has clothes and raincoats and an umbrella. It has everything, and there are 2 lists in front of the suitcase. And I'm like, Mom, what is going on? She's like, well, I'm practicing packing. Your dad says I can only take 1 suitcase. All the things on the list aren't going to fit in this suitcase, and I'm just not sure what I'm going to do about it. I'm like, oh my gosh. I am so grateful that I had somebody that said, you can do better. I just want to say this to you. You know the saying, obstacles are what you see when you take your eye off the goal. You've heard there's so many cliches, but I think it's true. And I hope that you will do what I did. I didn't see the field for a couple of years, but after that, things went pretty well for me. And it was because I didn't quit. And I would offer that to you. You might not be the best, but I bet you can outwork anybody else in this room. Thank you so much for having me today. I really appreciate it.